Welcome students. Today we are going to start with the fourth lesson of Science 2, that is lesson number 11, the regulators of life. Now we are dealing with the biology part. What is life? And what are the regulators of life? Now we have to understand this very clearly. What is life? Life, as we are living beings, we are living life. Plants are living life. Anything which has some systems working in it and is alive, that is called life. Then when we talk of plants and animals, what is happening inside the body? When we talk of plants, we say there are various systems in the plants which are working at some random place. Yeah, they are working, the digestion is also taking place, the energy production is also taking place, excretion is also taking place. They have some system. Like human beings, they also have various systems in their body. Now we have digestive system, respiratory system, then we have circulatory system, excretory system, reproductive system. So what I am trying to tell is there are so many systems working in an organism. Now, are they working at the same speed, or are they working with coordination with each other? That we have to find out. Now in multicellular organisms, when we talk of multicellular organisms, that means the organisms which are having more than one cell. The multicellular organisms, there are number of types of tissues. These tissues form the tissue system, and when these tissues have a particular function, they form an organ. So that forms an organ system. So tissue system and organ system, they are present in a particular organism. Now these organs are working at their own pace, they have their own functions, they have their own tissues. Is it necessary that there should be some controlling power over them? Is it necessary that there should be some coordination between them? Yes, control and coordination is very important in an organism to work at a steady state. When an organism, suppose a plant or an animal, has to work properly, all the functions have to work properly, then there should be some control and some coordination. What do you mean by control and coordination? These two words are very important. The controls means which is regulating your all functions. Correct? All functions are given to some other tissues or the other tissues. Then there has to be some regulation in that, some regulatory power which is actually seeing that these functions are being carried out. Then what is coordination? Are these functions being carried out or not? Are these executed or not? So control and coordination are the two words which are very important for any organ system to work in a body. So this is what we are going to learn in this chapter. So if you remember the characteristic features of living organism. What are the characteristic features of living organism? Growth, respiration, circulation, digestion, excretion, reproduction. So all these are various characteristic features of living organism, by which we can say that this living organism is a living thing. Non-living thing does not do all these things. If we take an example of plant, what happens? Plant cannot move from their own place, right? So what happens? What about their functions? What about their different systems working? They are working. They are having their own systems which is working side by side, and there is also a control and coordination between all these functions. So when I am talking of plants, now suppose we say, how do plants take water? Now plants are taking water through the roots. The water is present in the soil along with the nutrients. These nutrients along with water enters the root system. How does it enter the root system? It follows the process of osmosis, right? Now when the osmosis is taking place, that means the water is being taken by the conducting tissues. Here I am talking about the xylem part of the conducting tissue. This xylem part it carries the water from the roots towards the different parts of the plant. It has to be regulated, correct? That means it has to be controlled. Now it is also working along with phloem part. What was phloem? Phloem is a conducting tissue which is actually taking the prepared food, that is the starch, to different parts of the plant. How is it related? How is xylem and phloem related to each other? What happens when the xylem is bringing the water due to osmosis? A pressure of high concentration of water is developed in one cell, but in other cell the pressure is less. So what happens? The water tends to go from high pressure area to low pressure area. Same way, the food also tends to go from high concentration area to low concentration area. So if there is a control and coordination between this xylem and phloem, the food and the water reaches the different parts of the plant very properly. So here what I am trying to tell is, there is a very important part is how it is being controlled and how it is coordinating with each other. Coordinating means, in simple term, how it is maintaining with each other. Can it work without the other? No, it is not possible. There should be some suction pump or suction pull for the water to come up. There should be some translocation in the case of phloem, and translocation happens only when the water is also having the osmosis process. So they are both linked to each other. This was about the plant. What about the animals? What about the human beings? In the last chapter, when we studied about digestion, what we studied? We take in food, we chew it, then we push it through the esophagus. It goes to the stomach, then it goes to the small intestine, large intestine and anus. Now what was actually taking place there? There all the organs of different digestive, all the organs of the digestive system were playing a coordinating role with each other. That means once the food was chewed, so salivary glands came into action. When the salivary glands came into action, they turned into mucus and it turned into a soft ball of food. It was sent down. That means the esophagus muscles acted over it by the peristaltic movement. Then it reached the stomach where the gastric glands came into being. Now who are helping in all these activities? There are various glands which are also helping in the activities. There are the some of secretions inside the stomach is helping in the activities. So here also the coordination between the organs of digestive system was very important. So here we are talking about control and coordination. Control as such means regulation of any function, and coordination here means execution. Whether it is being done or not, that is important in case of coordination. So control and coordination is very important. Simple thing, I am trying to talk to you. So which organs are actually coordinating in my body? In my body, my hands, my eyes, my mouth, my mind are all functioning at the same time. That means these organs are coordinating with each other, and my mind, that is the brain, is controlling everything. So this is how your organ system work in coordination with each other, and your mind or your brain controls it. When you are playing a football match, what parts of your body are actually coordinating with each other? Think. Your legs, your hearing power, your eyes, your mind, even your hands. All these are working together to play a game. When you play a game of carom, then what happens? Your hands, your eyes are all coordinating with each other so that you want to put that carom or the queen into the striker. Right? So we have to know what is coordination here. The coordination means proper working of all the parts at the same time. And that is why control and coordination is so important. Now, if any disturbance comes in such type of coordination, what might happen? Suppose my hand is only not working. Suppose my eyes are only not working at that time. What will happen? Disturbance comes. When any disturbance comes, is there proper coordination happening? Then no proper coordination happens. Then there will be no proper regulation of your function of your body parts, and no proper execution will take place. So what is important here is all the body parts have to work at the same rate with each other. That is called as coordination. Now this system, all the organ system has to be controlled and coordinated to maintain the stability of our state. Now when I say to maintain the stability, means we have to maintain a steady state. We are working every day. We are writing, we are studying, we are playing, we are walking, we are jogging, we are cycling. So many activities we do in a day. Now this, everything goes smoothly, we call it a steady state. That means all the actions have been regulated, all the actions have been executed. So this is called steady state. So when we maintain a steady state because of the control and coordination of different organs, this is called as homeostasis. Now what is homeostasis? Homeostasis, proper definition of the book, I'll try to explain you. The maintenance of the steady state by different systems of an organism for its optimal functioning because of perfect coordination. Maintenance of steady state, that means when I want to do some work and it has to be properly executed and it is executed, that's the maintenance of steady state, right? Then in an organ system of an organism, now steady state will be available only when all the organs of my part or body are working at the same speed or working with each other. Then for it, we have to have a perfect coordination. When we get that steady state because of perfect coordination of all the organ system, that is called as homeostasis. And this homeostasis is very important definition which is asked always in the examination. So you have to learn the definition of homeostasis. It is the maintenance of steady state of all the organ systems in our body by by all the coordination of all the organ system, and which for optimal functioning of the body. This is called as homeostasis. Now let's start with how the coordination takes place in plants. I have just given you an introduction. What is control? What is coordination? What is homeostasis? What is the importance of control and coordination? If there is no control, suppose I don't have a control in my hand is working slowly. Will I be able to play something where hand requirement is there? If my legs are not working in coordination with the speed of other players, will I be able to play football? No. So what I am trying to tell you is coordination is very, very important in plants as well as animals, also in human beings. So we are going to see now how coordination takes place in plants.